Indonesian literature. So Indo literature has rich and diverse history with various periods that shape their literature's way of writing and themes. So we have here the continuation or the next next six the next five periods in Indonesian literature. First, we have the angkatan 1950 to 1960, the generation of 1950s, the angkatan 1966 to 1970, and the generation of 1966 into the 1970s, the angkatan 1980, or known as the decade of the 1980s, and the angkatan reformasi, or known as the post-Suharto Reformation period, and the last period here is the angkatan 2000, the generation, or known as the generation of 2000, 20th century. So, the sixth period of Indonesian literature is the angkatan 1950, 1960, the generation of 1950. So, this period marked a time of cultural and intellectual awakening to Indonesian writers. So, what happened during this period, they recognized this ISA magazine that was established by H.B. Hassin, and this magazine played a crucial role to promote yung stories, collection of short stories and poetry in Indonesia. So it serves as a medium which authors express their opinions, their views on social, political, and cultural issues of the time. So this period explores the themes nationalism and independence, social realism, and cultural identity. So writers emphasize themes of nationalism, patriotism, and the struggle for independence. So they celebrate the spirit of unity and resistance against colonial rule. So parang they give importance to national identity and sovereignty over their country. There is also the social realism, which they delve into everyday struggle of common people, which focuses on shedding lives to poverty, to social inequalities and injustice, and their works aim to promote social change. So we have here a famous author during the period, Pramodia Ananta So he is widely regarded as one of the Indonesia's most celebrated and respected figure, known for his impactful writing that captured the spirit of the nation during the time of social and political change. His work often focused on themes of nationalism, social justice, and cultural heritage. So one of the famous work or piece of Pramodia is the Subo, or the dawn, or sa atin alam natin yung Subo, Fajr, tayo na ng prayer. So, the Subo or dawn is a collection of short stories of this competitive illumination journey through the diverse history of Indonesian life, culture, and history. Okay, so next period is the angkatan 1960s to 1970s, the generation of the 1960s into 1970s. So this period was marked by a growing sense of social awareness, political activism, and cultural change in Indonesia. So writers use allegory, symbolism, and metaphor to address social issues and critique the government. So dito sa 1950, generation of 1950s, the Visa magazine played a crucial role in promoting their works or literary works. Here naman sa 1970s is yung Horizon magazine. So during this period, there is the political issues or the political turmoil and social the writer's works or pieces. So, writers use literature as a tool for political climate to express yung opinions nila, yung societal opinions over the governance of leaders. So, there is this. We have a famous writer here, Mokhtar. He is highly respected Indonesian journalist, novelist, and social commentator, known for his insightful portrayals of Indonesian society and politics. So, he's one of the famous pieces is the Senja di Jakarta, or known as the Twilight of Jakarta. So, his famous novel, this famous novel depicts the city of Jakarta in a state of transition and turmoil. The story follows the lives of various characters from different social backgrounds, and as they navigate the challenges of urban life, political upheaval, and the personal struggles. So, the novel was written by Mokhtar Lewis during his house arrest under Sukarno government. So, during this period, under pa siya ni Sukarno government, and Sukarno was, if I'm not mistaken, Sukarno was the first president sa Indonesia, wherein may mga conflict, or parang nagkaroon ng bad impression sa governance niya, na parang marami masyado yung abuse and social problem na nangyari, that actually results sa parang hindi masyado balance na governance doon sa Indonesia. So, this narrative, it talks about the story, one of the stories there is the Antas, a member of Indonesian party, which is parang na-engage siya in a corrupt in order to support his party. So, So, the narrative delves into theme of corruption, immorality, abuse of power, and the resulting of poverty among the populace, echoing the societal challenges in life. So, another period here is the next period is the Angkatan 1980 and decades of the 1980s. So, the 1980s marked a period where Roman novels gained immense popularity, with many notable authors contributing to this genre. So, during this period, marami ding parang themes na na-explore yung mga writers or na-continue from the previous periods. But then, in this period, parang mas nag-rise yung novel or romance novel during this period. So, we have here, also, they write stories na parang yung easy to understand lang, na parang nakaka-relate yung tao sa society, and also they use simplified language to make it parang mas madali maintindihan sa ng readers. So, we have here a famous writer during this time, Marga Tijowa. She is known in her pen name, Margaret Lee, and she was an Indonesian popular romance and children's literature writer who gained significant recognition for her literary works. She was a prolific writer, having published 38 novels, 80 short stories, and 50 pieces of children's literature by 2006. So, one of her famous work is The Kermila, which is published as a book in 1973. So, itong Kermila is, since nag-rise during this period yung romance, or romance is a theme or genre, Kermila is a romance novel that actually tells the story of a young and innocent girl na fell in love with this wealthy man named Brenda. So, they face a lot of challenges para sa love nila, yung societal expectations, yung jealousy, nag-aaral yun siya. And then, also yung parents ni Carmilla is very strict din. Very strict. So, parang yun yung pinaka-major na naging conflict or challenge sa relationship nila ni Miranda. So, parang since mayaman na or wealthy man si Kendra, they struggle sa societal expectation. So, yung novel na to is parang open-ended siya. Parang, this novel left the parang questions and unanswered questions sa mga tao, sa mga readers. We have the period in Indonesian literature, the Angkatan Reformasi, the post-Suharto or the Reformation period. So, in this period, parang dito natapos yung governance ni Suharto. So, nagkaroon na, this was a time of significant change marked by increased freedom of expression. So, from the sixth period, parang there is a parang restriction of freedom of expression. Pero since nung na-stop na or nag-end na yung governance ni Suharto, is nagkaroon ng freedom of expression, socially engaged literature and the diversity of voices that captures the spirit of reform and transition in Indonesian society after the fall of Suharto's regime. So, fact lang about the Suharto's regime or parang governance is parang may pagka-similarity din sa kay Ferdinand Marcos. Parang, ayun, utilitarianism ba? Wherein parang yung nasa democracy pa din sila, parang guided democracy pa din yung ano tawag dito yung sa politics, pero sa government, pero parang parang perception niya dun is parang dapat nasa hand niya lang yung power. Parang more nandun yung democracy at the same time yung pagdidictate niya na nasa kanya lang yung power. So that causes yung mga abuse and parang sa restriction ng freedom of expression. So, during this period, it's structured in political, social, economic aspect is given a chance toward the development of Indonesian literature. So, yung mga writers is nag-experiment sila or parang there's a need of experimenting or exploring different ways of styles of writing. So, another famous writer is Ayu Utami during this period. She is highly known author for influential literary works that have made a significant impact on Indonesian literature. So her works often challenge societal norms, address taboo, subjects and explore themes related to feminism, sexuality, politics, and spiritually. So her most famous novel is Saman. So this story talks about the story of Saman. She is a female protagonist, wherein parang she was against the backdrop of South Sumatra, and she shed light on the oppression faced by plantation worker in the region. So parang ano yun? You promote or nag-stand siya sa ano tawag dito? Yung nag-stand din siya sa one of the issues discussed doon is extramarital affairs, which is parang may bias siya or may ano siya. Kasi when we talk about Indonesia, parang there's parang sa men. So parang it's okay lang to have affair outside your marriage. So parang nag-stand siya as a woman na parang we have rights din. We have rights. So yeah, feminism. So actually yun din na-highlight or din sa period na ito yung feminism na. The last period we have here is the Angkatan 2000, the generation of this period is a period of change characterized by emergence of new voices, the exploration of contemporary ethics, and the diversification of expression. So this is the time na parang na modernization of ways of writing, wherein parang nakaka-recover na sila from the governance of Suharto. So, malaya na sila. So, another known writer here is Indonesian author recognized by his storytelling, which often reflects social issues, cultural nuances, and the spirit of the Indonesian archipelago. So he gained fame for his best-selling novel, The Star, Bulangi, The Rainbow Troughs. So the novel tells the story of a group of teenage students and their two inspiring teachers as they navigate poverty, education challenges, and hopes for the future of the small village in Indonesia. So, itong mga students nito is, they are, parang 10 ata sila, they are from the small village wherein parang there is a poverty and social inequality na parang hindi na siya, parang wala na sa kanila yung, wala na doon sa village na yung parang hope pa to recover, to have education. So parang sila yung determined masyado to break that parang paniniwala na they are determined talaga to actually study and maging successful in life.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay, so explores it explores the education and determination, friendship and unity, and social inequality. So, okay, so this is a known Indonesian folk tales. Everybody has his burden. May I ask someone to read the folk tale? Miss Kuro?
The tale revolves around the conversation among different parts of a mango tree, the root, trunks, leaves, and fruits, each expressing their grievances about the burdens. The root, feeling unappreciated, claims to be the heaviest burden as it supports the entire tree. The trunk, burdened with the weight of branches and fruits, shares its fears and challenges. The leaves, protecting the tree from the elements, expressing their suffering, while the fruit describes their fear of being judged, their ultimate sacrifice for consumption.
So it emphasizes or it contains powerful message that parang everybody has their own struggle na ina-face nila. So parang
How beautiful they are.
yes. Okay, so that is the end of my